So
How much
what's
you
next for
sitting on
Grant
right
Cardone?
now?
I'm sorry?
How much you sitting on?
A few dollars. A few dollars. Enough to afford this nice office that you're sitting in right now. Unlike you, I don't plaster all my finances to the world.
I didn't plaster mine either.
Yeah, well, you gave a little more info than I did.
Okay.
Okay, so what's next for Grant Cardone?
I'm going to go to dinner. That's what I know is next.
Okay. Business-wise, what's next for you?
Well, we're here in the city doing some things, a couple of interesting projects we're looking at doing. I'm definitely going to buy some more real estate. We'll get that. That should be at $2 billion by 2020. Keeping in mind that my first deal started with $3 grand. That's a pretty big move over, even though it took 30 years. But we got some TV interest and some stuff that we might do, and we got our annual event in Vegas this year, our 10X Growth Conference, Mandalay Bay Convention. That thing's almost sold out, and I got another book or two in me.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about one of the interviews you just put out, and you guys, you and the guy that was interviewing you, who worked for you, was saying how even though you don't have to work, there's something within you that you want to work, that something that you love, where you have more money than you could spend right now, but yet you're in love with the actual work itself, which is what gets you up every morning and has you doing all these multiple projects.
Look, if you gave me more money tomorrow, I'd still show up at work. So if I had $1 billion, if I had $10 billion given to me tomorrow, I'd go to work. So it's what I do. It makes me feel good. I like doing it. I like contributing. I think, if you have kids, you see your kids, they want to mimic you. They want to do things. They want to, you play with a phone, they play with a phone. You put your shoes on, they want to put shoes on. I think we're all trying to contribute. We're trying to give back. And there's not a person listening right now that doesn't want to help somebody else out. And if any of you that are listening right now are watching, you get into a position where you can help other people out in life because you did something right or you learned how not to do something, you're probably going to feel some inclination to want to help other people out. And look, I overcame a drug problem that almost killed me. So I know that people can get off of drugs. I didn't have any money at 25 years old. None, zero. I was broke. I was in debt. I got out of that situation. I hated a sales job I had at 26 years old. I figured out how to fall in love with a sales job, as hard as that is to believe. I've always wanted to write a book. If you write your first book, it's not easy. But I've written 8 of them. I always wanted to write them. One of them's a New York Times bestseller, okay? The other 7 sold more books than 95% of all books have ever sold. So I've done some things that people told me I couldn't do. My first real estate deal was one house. I own a bunch of real estate today. At one time, didn't think I could land the right girl for my life, that I was gonna end up with a bunch of girls in my life that I didn't respect and didn't want to spend my time with. And I finally got the right girl, 2 beautiful children. And I think something, I feel good about myself. I remember, Vlad, when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 years old, I hated myself. I had 0 self-worth, none. Today, when I wake up, for the most part, I feel, on a scale from 1 to 100, I'm going to give myself a 94 today. Better than my grades in college.
That's what it is, Grant Cardone.
You're the man, dude.
Pleasure. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you reaching out.
Okay.
This time, and can't wait to do it again.
You got it, brother. Be great.
No doubt. Peace.